Okay, so obviously my garage, or yeah, this is the garage. This is not the shop. This is the garage. It is very dirty. Currently, we have style drive set up. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, whatever. Anyway, so the Yardman here, or the later years would be MTD. I don't remember when Yardman was bought by MTD. But what we're doing today is the rear wheel drive. This is the style with the open drive chain. Problem is, these are very floppy. Depending on the year, some of these had bushings, some had bearings. This one, I believe, has a plastic wheel bushings, and we are upgrading to the ball bearing. Why? Because I don't know, it's mine. I'd rather have bearings and bushings. So whatever. Yeah. You ever have like metal shavings sticking to the end of your screwdriver? Just kind of give it a whack and it knocks them off, and it helps to demagnetize it too. So when your wheel is working properly, it'll ratchet one way and catch the opposite direction. Normally what goes bad on these, other than the chain popping off or the belt getting stuck or something of that nature, but something that carried over even into the other styled self-propels where they still use this style hubcap. There's this little plastic finger here, and that little spring can break, or these will actually get rusted and they'll be stuck in one position. Like it'll go to ratchet and then it won't come back. So anyway, I don't know where that is at the moment, so I will do it this way. I'm sure it's right in front of my face, but I'm not seeing it. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, my freaking knees. Not these ones, not those ones. I had them earlier today. Anyway, I don't know what the hell happened to my pliers for doing my roll pin, so good enough. Come on. Should actually have some new roll pins somewhere. Sometimes these do not like coming off. Looks like I'm out of penetrating oil, so I can't put any of that on there, but it shouldn't be that bad. There we go. Also, remember, this can go on both ways, so pay attention to what way you're doing it, because otherwise it's not going to drive. Ouch. Okay, so this side bases out and it's on the right side of the machine. It's always important. Also remember, these can get reversed if you're not paying attention. So if you need to label it, go ahead. Let's see what we got here. I wish I had the rest of my tools, but stuff's in the barn, and I'm not currently in the barn. Yep. So you see, these are the plastic bushings that they did on these, which I will be replacing with the ball bearings. Tread's fine, rim's fine. See how much work we have in here. Axle bushing itself does have some movement. Not terrible, but there is definitely movement in there. Interesting. How in the world did that happen, huh? Bit of wear in the washer, but that's okay. There. See, this one go from the inside or from the outside? Okay, there we go. All right, so let's clean the axle shaft. Now this is actually a very fine file. You would not want to use something very coarse because then you're going to damage your axle shaft. I'm just trying to get the dried grass and crap off of there. It's pretty crusty. These bushings on the ends pull out this way. And see on this machine, got a little finger on there, keeps it from rotating. Some of these mowers have like a plastic one on the end, some have the brass. There's also, some of them have a reinforcing kit to stabilize the axle. That's usually found on the one with the plastic bushings, and that reinforcement kit does not help. You're better off just putting the brass bushings, and that does help. It doesn't fully cure the problem, though. Okay. Let's see. What do I... Yep. All right. Oh. All right. Now, the washers here are actually concave, kind of like a bowl, and that's to basically the bowl part will be facing in to put pressure. And then you got the nut, which I just dropped and it hit my foot, so who the hell knows where that went, but I'll get it in a second. So anyway, but yeah, you got the washer there. This comes off. This one doesn't look too bad. I have actually seen where the hole where the bushing is held actually wears out. This one is actually still quite tight. And the bushing, I have seen them get a groove. This one, there does not appear to be a groove. So this is all good. If you look here, there is also another washer. This one is probably either plastic or rubber, I would assume. Or, oh no, this one is actually this is also a thin spring washer. All right. Much larger diameter. So this one goes towards the deck. So when this is pushed down on it, it pushes pressure. Then you got the smaller one, which pushes pressure on the bracket again. So the spring washers kind of keep it from wiggling around, but also keeping tension without making it too tight to where you can't adjust. So let's see, we got a spacer here. Let's see, washer. Yep. All right. Boom. Now what I need is here's the nut. Okay. Where'd my rag go? Oh, on the handle. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Adjuster's good. Oh yeah. All right, now. What do I want to do here? How would be the best? What would be the best way? All right. Little cotter pin in here is almost worn off from the axle moving back and forth. That's what the collar and the washer are for. You can actually change how many are on either side to help center it for keeping the chain straight. All right. Got a little bit of wear in the axle, but it's not bad because it'll actually get a groove in it and then it'll move up and down even if you have a new bushing. This one's fine. So need where did I put this? Wish I knew if I could zoom in, but I don't think I can. Whatever. Here's the old one. Not in too great a shape. So I will put a nice new one in there that doesn't have all the wear in it. So it's going to be a larger one. This one. Yes, it is. All right, there you go. That's much better. I'm going to put this guy in here. Now, take. I wish I knew what I'd do with my little pliers. It'd be so much easier. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, this is the washer, which goes on there. And since I have it off, I'm going to go hit these on the bench grinder or wire wheel. Okay. Got the washer and the collar is all cleaned up. Washer does not really appear to have any wear or anything, so let's see, should still fit nice and tight. And still fits fairly snug. So put the collar back on. Okay, that's good. Now, here. Now, the thing is, this mower is going to end up coming apart again later on anyway for other services. So I'm really not terribly concerned about cleaning everything at the moment. Plus, not having my tools in front of me makes things a little more frustrating. I will say that. Okay, now there's that. This guy here. Let's see if we can clean this one up a little bit. There we go. Remember, the cone shape goes inward. Take this thing. Remember, there's a top, there's a bottom, there is a left, and there is a right. Let's get some. All right. So, notch the other concave washer, which this one is. Go, that guy in here. yeah, hopefully at some point I get the rest of my actual shop cleaned up and the rest of the wiring put in. So then things can be actually nice instead of what it currently is, which is just a horrid mess. It's tight, but still adjustable. Good. It's almost like somebody snapped this bolt off or something at one point because it doesn't stick out very far, and you can only tighten it so far, it's not going to move. All right, so that's done. And you know what I did, which it's not the first time I've done this, actually, especially when I'm trying to explain something, I'm not paying attention fully to what I am doing, which, crap happens, right? Wish I knew where my air ratchet was. That'd be nice. Take this back off, and let's put the axle actually through the adjuster. That should make things work better. A little bastard turn. Oh, I see. It's got a busted weld. That's why it's turning. All right. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I can fix that up later because, like I said, I got to do more on the drive anyway. But, yeah, make sure you put the axle through the adjuster. Ooh, that explains why that was acting funny. Okay. My bushing. Some nice grease. Doesn't need to be high temp because it's not like the thing's moving that fast. If it's moving that fast, well, you need a different machine because the push motor should not be going quite so fast. All right. That's there. Now, you are supposed to oil the machine every so often. Basically, when you're assembling it, though, it's just you put grease on it because grease will hold up better, and it's easier while you're assembling it. But then after a while, when you're using the actual mower, you are going to have to go and start just squirting some random oil on there now and then. Okay. That's done. Where the hell did I set that thing? There you are. All right. So, seeing how my washer has a decent groove worn into it from age. I'll have to pick a side that seems better. All right, I'm going to go wire wheel this real quick. Now, see, it gets basically it's got a groove worn into it from rubbing over the years, which what that's going to cause is actually movement side to side. So I have shim washers, which I can add later on. And again, that'll get done later on when I do the rest of the drivetrain, because all this is going to end up coming apart again anyway. So I got that, this. But what I want to do, I want to knock these buggers out. Shouldn't be that hard. Figure out where I put my punch, since I know I have the punch. I just can't think of where it is. Where did I put it? This is not the one I'm looking for. Okay. Oh, really? Yeah, now I find the pliers I was looking for. Huh. Figures. Okay, so I have to knock these little bastards out. I don't know if I can pop them out or not. They might, but I'm not going to try it. I don't care. If they break, they break. I really don't care because they're already bad. All right. There's one plastic bushing. The other one, and it should not be as hard to get out. It was not. There's the other one. Okay. Now. Okay, now wheels cleaned, bushings are out. These are the bearings. In theory, the bearings should go in. And the crud off of them. Come on, baby. There you go. All right. Ah, yes. Tight fit. Good. Good, good, good. Don't want to hit it too hard because you will bend the rim, and that's not going to be helpful. All right, cool. I didn't see any reason to, sit there using the Auburn press for just these two little bearings that seem kind of stupid even. I want to do that. Oh, that's so much better. Haha, yes. All right. A little oil in there. Get her down the bearing. Oh yeah, that's good. Put a little oil in this bearing. Now, granted, normally things do not take this long to do, but when you don't currently remember where anything is, which I sure don't, because since I've been cleaning, now I can't find anything. Which is kind of why I hate cleaning, because every time I put the tools back where they're supposed to be, then I don't know where they are. Now, grease on here. Get the wheel back on. Let's get out of the way. Come on, baby. Get on there. There you go. Oh, yeah. Much better. Much better. Okay. There. Now I need this guy to come this way. I have to grab the axle and pull it up. I can pull the axle up. Knock the rim down. I made that mistake before, not realizing that the axle had slid that way, and I'm struggling to get the damn thing, and I'm like, how did it shrink? But that was when I was a lot younger, so you know, when you're a kid, you do a lot of stupid things. But anyway, let's see. Oh, right. All right. Good. Now, where's the old pin? Because I'm not sure I got the right size. Okay, what do I do with my... Once I have new ones, I will put a new one. Might as well. Not gonna hurt nothing anyway. Let's see. Very rarely does anything from Harbor Freight actually fit something, so it's always nice when it's like, holy crap, it can be used. I need my there we go. Like I said, it's got movement in and out slightly. All right, now this little guy here. Clean him up, get his dirt out of there. I don't want no dirt. God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. Well, I don't know whoever came up with that saying, but it does. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit of oil, not much, just a little. Want it down. It's basically it's a shoulder bushing that's in there. You get too much dirt or too much oil and you get dust build up and then it gums up again. So go. Oh, good. Jeez. But like I said, these little plastic fingers do break. I don't currently have any extras, so even if it was broke, I couldn't currently replace it at the moment, which is fine. Oh, that's nice. Yep. Okay, now get this line back up. Let's see. You're putting this on this gear. You want to make sure you're actually getting it in the notch. Don't just try forcing it because you might actually be having this on top of this, and that's not going to be good. There we go. Around the gear, not on the gear. And start all the screws before tightening them down. Ooh. Whoa, that was close. Okay. Find your hole. There you go. Yeah, see? That wasn't so painful. All right. Oh, wow. It's been so much easier now. It's amazing. Come on. Find your threads. Find your threads. Tighten it down. Don't make it too tight because you'll strip it, and then you're going to have to put like a little freaking bolt or something in there because there's really not a lot of room to put a bigger screw than what's already on there. Go. This would be idle position because you're just pushing it. The axle's not actually driving, but when the axle actually turns, then it would catch. So you can hear the wheel on the other side idling. That is so much better. That is how it should be. It's a heck of a lot tighter now. Cool. We're good.